People show up at your house because you asked them to come. But other times, people can show up at your house completely uninvited. Today, we're gonna be doing a reaction to a true story animation called People Keep Showing Up at My House. And these people aren't nice. Oh, no. Before we start today's video, I need you all to smash that like button as hard as you can. Let's get 4,000 likes on this video and comment down below. Ring the doorbell. Y'all have been smashing it with the likes and comments lately, and I know my family can't keep it up.
If you go to an ordinary school and you have neighbors around you that you can actually talk to, consider your life normal. Mine is totally different.
Girl, I love your hair. Maybe you can cut mine too.
I live on a farm in Iowa with my mom, dad, and my little sister. There is no one around for miles, so we're pretty much all on our own. It's a bit scary, but I like it. I'm sort of an introvert, so it doesn't bug me that I don't get to go to real school. I'm homeschooled by my mom, but most days I don't know where she is, so I teach my sister instead. When I'm not doing that, I'm taking care of the animals or tending to the crops. For fun, I like to surf the internet, draw, and play video games. I make my friends online since I rarely ever leave the farm.
Relatable. I see more of my friends playing Roblox online than I do in real life. Also, if you guys still want me to play Roblox, let me know in the comments.
They're so cool, and I never have to see them. Like I said, I don't know where my mom goes during the day, and the same goes for my dad. But who cares, right? No one around to bug me or nag me about doing chores. It's awesome. One day I was trying to explain a basic scientific concept to my little sister when I heard a knock at the door. "Millie, what's going on? I'm scared," my sister said. "I know, Laura. Nobody ever comes here. It's weird."
Oh no, is their house that one weird house on the street that nobody wants to pass by? That one haunted house that once you get near, you just never come back? Are they that weird family? Poor little Timmy just kicked his ball into their yard, tried to go get it, but then was never seen ever again in his whole life. What kind of crops are you growing in there?
Anyway, I'll go check. Don't worry, I said as I got up and walked towards the door. I opened it, and there stood the strangest sight. It was a fully dressed clown, complete with a red wig, a huge red nose, and the most colorful clown costume ever. And shoes so big, I wondered how he walked in them. Ah! My sister screamed. She's terrified of clowns.
Ah! My sister screams. Ah! Yeah, because that's exactly how everybody screams. Ah!
What do you want? I said. "I'm sorry, dear. Are your parents home? I'm here for the party. Is this the right address? I'll just let myself in." He laughed while placing one of his huge shoes through my doorway. "No, you won't," I screamed. I whistled for my dogs, 2 massive Rottweilers who were only friendly towards our family. They ran towards the door, and the clown ran through the field while screaming and shaking so hard that his wig fell off. "Serves him right," I said while locking the door. "Laura, it's safe to come back out now," I said. My little sister came downstairs, and I gave her a hug. She was still shaking. That night, I wondered what that was all about. How would a clown decide that my address was the correct one for his party? We lived in the middle of nowhere. The next day, I woke up at 5 a.m. and went to milk the cows. Afterwards, I went to prepare breakfast. While I was doing so, my mom walked in. "Hi, dear," she said. "Hi, Mom," I replied. Then I thought I should tell her about what happened yesterday. "Mom, the strangest thing happened yesterday. A clown," but before I could finish, she said, "That's great, honey. Anyway, I have to go help your father to harvest the crops on the other side of the farm." She was gone before I could cover even a fraction of the story. I began to wonder if I had dreamt it all until my sister woke up and started crying about the scary clown. She believed he was coming back to eat her all up.
I mean, if I was a creepy clown looking to eat human blood, I'd probably eat the younger sister too. The older sister's over there using all those chemicals in her hair and stuff. But the younger sister seems like she'd be a little more organic. Gotta care about your health, you know?
Our day was normal for the most part, until we took a break from homeschooling to watch TV. We were about 10 minutes into a documentary about whales when we heard a knock on the door. "Don't answer it, Millie. Maybe it's the clown,"
Oh, no.
my sister said. "Don't worry, it's okay," I replied. I got up and opened the door. This time there was a very tall nun. She was dressed in all black and wore a silver rosary. She had a calm and innocent-looking face, but she seemed very confused.
Nope, not buying it. It's always the most innocent-looking ones that are the most sketchy. Sorry, Sister Sarah, but you can turn your little holy behind back around and get off my property. Amen.
You're not Father Robert, she exclaimed. Certainly not. I'm a 15-year-old girl. What do you want? I replied. I'm sorry to disturb you, dear child, but I seem to have lost my way. I'm looking for Father Robert. He's the priest of my church. Have you seen him? She said. No. What would he be doing here? This is the middle of nowhere, in case you haven't realized. I replied. Well, who lives here? She asked. I live here with my sister and my parents. This is our farm. There isn't a church nearby either. I said. I started to think that she was a crazy woman, and I began to regret giving her so many details about my family. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm really thirsty after walking all that way. Can I please have a drink of water? She asked. I figured that a nun was harmless, so I let her in. I showed her to the dining room, and I went to get her a glass of water.
Oh, no.
At that moment, my parents came back from harvesting the crops. They looked startled when they saw her there. Well, we never get any visitors. Who is your new friend, Millie? My mom asked. Actually, I didn't get her name. She just lost her way and asked for some water. I replied. My name is Sister Emma. You have a very kind daughter. I was thirsty, so she gave me some water. She smiled.
I don't like that smile at all. That is a smile of a crazy person. You have my word. Look at those blank staring eyes. Completely no soul. This lady is up to something, and I don't think it's something good.
My mom and dad smiled together. Yes, we try our best with her, my dad said. I could have sworn I saw her eye him suspiciously for a moment. Well, anyway, I better be on my way. I hope to find Father Robert, she said. She left, and I chuckled to myself. How are all these strange people suddenly getting lost and ending up at my house? I decided to drown my thoughts in video games. I played for the rest of the day until I fell asleep. The next morning, I woke up at 3 a.m. to the noise of our dogs barking. I walked to my parents' room and noticed they were not there. This was odd, but I walked downstairs anyway to see what was going on. I looked through the front windows, but I saw no one there. I decided to walk outside to find out what was going on. I grabbed a flashlight and made my way out. First, I stopped at the kennel to put one of my dogs on a leash. Zeus was the strongest, so I took him. I wasn't about to go searching the farm all alone. Shh, Zeus, you're gonna have to stop barking. Calm down, I said to him while petting him on his head. He quieted down, and we were on our way. After walking through the wheat field for a few minutes, I heard a rustling noise and stopped. Hello? I said. I heard the noise again. Then suddenly, footsteps. Who's there? I shouted. Everything went silent for a moment. I stood there for a while, and I was about to give up. I turned around to walk back to our house, and I felt someone grab my shoulder. I screamed while turning around. Shh, it's okay. I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Says a man who's about to hurt you,
a voice replied. I showed my torch on his face. It looked like a middle-aged man. He had blonde hair and calm hazel eyes. He was wearing a NASA t-shirt and didn't look threatening at all.
Oh yeah, because most non-threatening people are just rummaging through your property in the middle of the night. Yeah, completely harmless. But he probably just wants to come in your house for some good old milk and cookies. You should totally let him in. Not?
What are you doing on our farm in the middle of the night then? I screamed as I began to unleash Zeus so he could attack him. No, don't do that, please. I'm so scared of dogs. He began crying. I'm a scientist. To be more specific, I work for NASA, and I'm searching for a piece of a spacecraft we lost a few years ago. According to our satellite picture, it fell somewhere around here. I promise that I'll leave when I'm done, he pleaded. Fine, just don't come anywhere near our house, or I'll make sure my dog tears you to pieces, I said. I walked back home, put Zeus back in his kennel, and went inside. The next morning, I looked for my parents to tell them what happened. But again, they weren't around. I was feeling very tired because that mad scientist disturbed my rest.
Do you think that the spaceship came down and stole the girl's parents? And now they're stuck on some evil alien spaceship for the rest of eternity? Oh no! You can't milk cows up there! How's they supposed to work? I mean, unless they're gonna collect that alien coin, bring them back down to Earth! It's only fair!
I made breakfast for my little sister and told her she could have the day off from homeschooling. She squealed with glee and went to play with her dolls outside. I went straight back to my bedroom and fell asleep. When I opened my eyes again, the sun was already setting. We had a few normal days without unusual disturbances until one afternoon. My sister and I were in the chicken coop when we heard a little voice outside. Lily, Lily, where are you? It sounded almost like a song. Not again, I thought while face-palming myself a little too hard. Lily, Lily. It went on again. We looked around but couldn't see anyone there. I think it's coming from here, Laura said while walking over to a nearby bush. I pushed it aside, and there was a girl who couldn't be older than 4. Hi there. What are you doing? Where are your parents? I asked.
Don't get near her, guys. Back away quick. She's probably another alien. A red-headed, tomato-looking space creature that's come to suck you both up too and take you to the spaceship. Unless they got an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet up there, we ain't going. And that's final.
She looked at me and began to cry. Why did I make everyone cry? It's my rabbit, Lily. I've lost her. Have you seen her? She said. I'll help you look for her, Laura said excitedly, finally happy to have someone her own age to play with. I was really confused. Where were all these random people coming from, and how did a little girl end up in such an isolated location with no parents?
And where are your parents? Did you forget about those? Seems suspicious.
Before I could think too much about it, we were all startled by some loud music. What is this? Laura asked. It sounds like an ice cream truck. Let's go find out, said the little girl. We all went to the front of our house, and sure enough, there was an ice cream truck parked outside. I had never seen a real ice cream truck before because they never came around my area. I only seen them in movies. We walked up to the driver. Hello, kids, he said cheerfully. What can I get for you?
You're telling me that an ice cream man drove all the way up to just one singular house? Seems like bad business to me. Wouldn't you want to go somewhere with lots of people? I think he's driving up to those girls for a specific reason, and I don't think that reason is for a sweet treat. It ain't sweet at all, girls. It's gonna be sour, or spicy, or cold, or gross, okay? You guys know what I mean. It's not gonna be good.
Here's a list of all my treats, he said while handing us some sort of menu. I ran inside to get some money. I didn't know what brought him here or why it did, but I was certainly going to take advantage of the situation. I went back out and bought the girls whatever they wanted. I, on the other hand, decided that I would sample as many types of ice cream as I could. First, I bought some ordinary soft serve vanilla ice cream. A starter, I thought. After that, I bought an orange popsicle, and after that, a chocolate cone covered in peanuts. Midway into my 4th ice cream, I heard a scream coming from inside. I ran to see what was going on. When I opened the door, I was horrified.
What?
4 massive police officers had handcuffed my parents. My mom was crying and my dad was angry. What's going on? I asked. By this time, the girls were inside too. Laura started throwing a tantrum on the floor. What are you doing to Mommy and Daddy? Stop it! She cried. One of the officers came towards us and asked us to calm down. Your parents are most wanted criminals. They are responsible for hiding escaped prisoners and helping them to get away. I'm sorry, but we will have to take them away, he said. Escape what? I gasped. My parents are farmers. Nobody ever comes around here, I said. Or so you think. Do you usually see them during the day? I'm sure you don't, because they've been spending most of their time on this criminal activity. The farm was just a cover-up, he replied. Where are the escaped prisoners then? I asked. He held my hand and took me towards the kitchen. There, I saw at least 10 badly dressed, unkempt men in handcuffs. They were kept in an underground bunker on the other side of the farm, which I discovered the other night while investigating. Don't you recognize me? He said. I looked at him carefully and realized he was the same scientist I threatened the other night. It turns out that the clown, nun, and scientists were all investigators. The purpose of the ice cream truck was to transport the officers who arrested my parents. And the little girl? Oh, she was really lost. The cops took her with them, but I don't know if she ever found her rabbit. My parents were taken away, and Laura and I were sent to live with an aunt in the city. Life has never been the same, but at least we have each other.
Hold up, wait, what? It's just gonna end there? What happened to the parents? Did they ever get out of prison? And are the daughters mad at their parents? Did they still have a relationship? What do you guys think? Would you be mad if you found out that your parents were secret criminals? Would you ever be able to love them again? Oh my gosh, guys, this is too shocking. I don't even know how to feel. Oh, but anyways, guys, that is all of the true story animation that I have for you today. If you liked today's reaction, don't forget to hit that like button. And also, if you're not in the family yet, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you all in the next video.